It's day 186. I have just got back from my walk to try and keep my average. Ooh, I've dipped a bit because I didn't go out yesterday, but I've done 4,000 steps today, just under. So, but I'm so glad I went out today. The sunset was absolutely stunning. I don't care how old I get. I will never ever get bored of watching a beautiful sunset or a sunrise or staring at the moon and the stars. Like I it doesn't matter how many I see, every single one is different and everyone conjures a different feeling and emotion in that moment, and it just captures. Yeah. And considering it's been quite an overcast and cold day, like it's been single digits temperature all day, to see like the sky outside is bright pink. I took a picture, but it never captures what you see. But yeah, it just, I needed that. I needed to just remember that it doesn't matter how many times the sunrise or sun sets, someone will still find it beautiful. And I suppose there's a sort of metaphor or story in there somewhere, in that, you know, you might get tired and think that there's no point. But there's someone out there that doesn't matter how many times something happens, they still see it with the same awe and beauty. I know what I'm trying to say in my head. It's making sense in my mind, but I can't articulate it very well. So I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it in my mind. What else has happened today? So work has been a bit of a... yeah. I hate my feelings at the moment about my work, because it's always been something that I've taken great pride and I've always loved. There's never been a day where I've not wanted to go in for the sake for the fact of I don't want to go to work. Like there's been days when I've not wanted to go in because I just don't want to face the world. But there's never been, oh, work is that bad, I don't want to go to work. And it's just, I feel like the gap between thinking that and how I feel about that every day is getting a tiny bit closer together. And I hate that, because I don't ever want to wake up and dread going to work. Like I don't have an amazing job. It's definitely not my dream job. But it's not ever been anything that I've dreaded going to, and it is, yeah, there's just a few things going on at the moment that are just making it more difficult. But I'm a persistent little bugger, so I'm just going to keep smiling and cracking on and doing what I can and powering through, because that's what we do. What else? I think that's it. Yeah. So I am going to get this uploaded. From yesterday, like crashing. Oh, it was a nightmare yesterday. So I finished work, like I said, jumped straight on, filmed my thing. I wasn't kidding. I got straight into bed and like started reading my book. I fell asleep. I woke up and it was pitch black, and I genuinely thought it was the morning. I woke up feeling like I'd slept a full night's sleep, and I was like, God, I must have had a really heavy sleep. And I rolled over to get my phone to see how long it was going to be before my alarm clock went off, and it was like just after 8:30 in the evening. And I was like, oh, you're kidding me. Because then I was like, I don't feel like I've got anything left into me to go back to sleep. So I kept off. I think if I'd have gone online and started looking at social media and stuff, I probably would have like got stuck into a rut and stayed up like most of the night. But I managed to just laid in bed, went back to reading my book. I didn't doze off till about midnight, which was quite late, but considering I'd had a couple of hours. And then I woke up this morning just before my alarm went off. So I must have needed it. My body must have been telling me that I needed that. And I won't say I'm feeling better for it today, but I definitely think that I needed whatever that rest was that I needed yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to just relax for the rest of the evening. I've got a real craving for coffee, so I've just bought myself some decaf at the shop because I don't like drinking anything too heavy in the evenings. I only normally drink like caffeine in the morning. So I'm gonna have a coffee, I think, and just relax and chill out. Nothing else really emotionally. My boss I've sorted all my holiday because I've asked for a day off before I go away because my flight's changed and it's a lot earlier, which means I've got to be at the airport at like 4 a.m. And I was like, I've got to work the day before. So I've booked the day before off because then I can do everything I need to do. And if I haven't got to rush around in the evening the day before knowing that I've got to be up and at the airport at 4. So I can get everything done during the day, and then I can go to bed early. And she kind of messaged me saying, I bet you're excited for your holiday. And I was just like, not really. Like I've got quite a bit of anxiety setting in about it at the moment, which I know is just, it's normal. You know, I'm going back to a place that harbours a lot of memories. And I guess with the financial situation changing a bit, my plans have kind of tweaked and changed. I've messaged my friend who I'm planning on spending the time with just to let them know that my plans have changed, to see if it affects anything. But I think they're going to be heading across to, I think it's Texas. She said Texas, Dallas. So I don't know how long she's going to be there for, how she's getting there, but I think that's was supposed to be the day after I'm getting there, but now is now going to be kind of, so that's 5 days I'm not in New Orleans now. So it's going to be, what was intending to be a total of 7 days in an area that I know is now turning into pretty much 2 weeks, which is a lot more than I was expecting, because my plan was to kind of go over and do other things, and obviously the money situation has meant that some of those things have had to take a bit of a back seat. But I need to I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my necessities. Like I need a new suitcase. My last suitcase, the zip broke, the handle got pulled off, one of the wheels is all smashed in, the side of the case, it's a hardback and it's crushed on the corner and it's split all the way down. So although I've gaffer taped it and glued it, it's not going to last another 6 flights, like 3 flights there, 3 flights back. So a suitcase is definitely on my shopping list, and they're not cheap. They're like £40, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're like scrimping and scraping to make sure you've got, but it's an investment, and hopefully it will survive. Like the one I bought, the one I've had, that lasted a good, how many flights? 6, 12, 18. That got about a good 25 international flights out of it. So that's not bad going. There's 25 luggage handlers chucking the thing around, and I bought it in a really, really, really cheap shop. I think it was like £15. It was like, yeah. And that was in Brazil. I bought it, this tiny little back street shop that just sold random suitcases. yeah, I'm sure it equated to like 13 or 15 pounds or something ridiculous. So it's done well, and you know, paying a little bit more and getting one that's going to be an investment. I think I might just try and get something that I can utilize when I've got my bus and things. So maybe use it as a continuous storage. So maybe look a little bit more at the kind of components that it offers, rather than just paying 40 quid and getting a cheap case. If I can pay 60 and get one that's maybe got detachable wheels or something that's going to make it easier to store, that might be something worth looking into. But yeah, so I'm going to do that for the evening. Anyone watching, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I hope you're safe, well, warm, happy, content. You are beautiful. You're worthy. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time, if you get this far, to listening to me ramble on. If you have any recommendation for cases, put them in the comments, because I don't know where to start. But yeah, that's it. So Stacey, I love you. I'm so proud of you. You need to shake whatever this is going on in your head, this anxiety that you're letting creep in. You know it's just coming from a repetitive trauma. It's not anything that you want to think and feel. So when it slowly starts creeping in, do some things to kind of distract you, or write down how you're feeling, or you know, do something to kind of like break you out of that cycle. You've got to, doing the same thing and expecting a different result is what is it they say, it's the definition of madness. You know, so if you are finding that you're getting into the same situation and you're thinking the same thing, do something different. Break that chain, break that cycle, break that connection to how you're feeling by doing something different, because that might be all you need to kind of like pull you out of that. So I love you, proud of you. You're probably going to hear some fireworks tonight because it's Chinese New Year, which year of the snake, I think. And it's a full moon, I think, as well. Is it the 29th today? It is, yeah, full moon, or full moon or new moon. Let's double check. Let's get this right. Do your research. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. It is a why is it not telling me? It's a new moon. Okay, it's a new moon. Well, the sky is really clear out there, so I think I'm going to give it another couple of hours and then I'm going to go out. But I read something the other day that said in 45 days it will still be daylight at 7:30, and I can't wait because I need that very much. So yeah, get yourself off, enjoy your evening. Like I said, anyone watching, stay warm, stay safe, stay kooky. Don't ever dull your sparkle for anyone. You're beautiful. You are perfectly imperfect, and you are just as you are supposed to be. You're worthy. Stacey, that all equates to you as well. So don't forget it. And I will catch you all tomorrow.